friends, how's it going? It's me, Betty Jean. So I wasn't sure if I was gonna make this video, but then I decided I really do want to make this video. I feel like there are certain makeup products that I've really been just enjoying reaching for this summer, things that I can see myself continuing to really love over the summer. I'm gonna talk specifically about a few like specific trends and techniques that I really like as well on top of just products. I really tried to narrow down what I was using because at first I was pulling out so many things and I was like, okay, these are just like in general favorites. I need to pick specific favorites for things I'm reaching for because it's summer. Also, I am completely the type of person that does not believe makeup is seasonal. You will totally see me rocking like a dark autumnal smoky eye in the middle of July, no problem. But these are just certain things that when I do want to feel those summer vibes, this is like what I'm loving, the things I'm liking to do. You guys seem to like these videos when I do them. I did one back in spring, I did one last fall, I'm sure I'll do one this fall as well. I like just kind of making little curated collections. I also feel like because I'm not really spending money on makeup right now, I like being able to kind of go through my collection and pick out kind of like a shop my stash type situation geared for the season. I don't know, it kind of re-inspires me to play with certain things and I think it can be a lot of fun. I'd love to know what your summer picks are as well. Leave them down below. I'd just love to know what you're reaching for, what you're loving, all that good stuff. I did film this look, by the way. I used a lot of these summery products for today's video, but this should already be on IGTV by the time this video goes up, so go check that out. But of course, the makeup details will be in the description box if you don't feel like watching. Anyways, let's just hop into it and chat about some makeup that I'm loving for summer. We're just gonna go in the order I do my face. I think that sounds like a good plan. So for primers, I actually have two, which is kind of surprising. I thought that I would only have like one or none because like I use the same primers year round anyways. But then I realized I do have two that I have been reaching for specifically during the summer, and one I did get for summer, so that kind of falls into that. But the first one's the Glossier Future Dew. I guarantee you I'm gonna love this past summer, but I did buy this right before summer really kicked off, and I've just been loving it. I love this, the way it looks on my face even without foundation. It's so glowy, dewy, it's beautiful. I also love the packaging. It's the prettiest thing in my collection, I swear. But this is such a fantastic primer. Everything looks good on top of it. It looks good if I just wear this and then go in with some concealer. It's just such a good primer. It might be my favorite primer of all time. It's either this or the Milk Hydro Grip, but specifically for Dew, 100% this one. And one that I've been revisiting and I'm really enjoying using it again is the Becca First Light Priming Filter. This was a favorite literally years ago, like 4 or 5 years ago. I loved this. I've gone through a few of these. I don't know if I'll repurchase it once I'm done with this final one just because I don't feel the need to have it anymore like I used to. I have other things I really like. However, I have picked it up just to get some use out of it and I'm really liking it this time of year. It's really lightweight. I like the glow it leaves behind. I feel like it can still shine through my foundation nicely. It's a really solid primer. I'm really liking it right now, and I'm sure I will continue using it this season. For foundations, I did pick two. However, I am going mostly with the no foundation, just using concealer route because one, I'm only doing my makeup like a couple times a week, like a full face, because I wear a mask at work all day. I'm just not about to wear foundation on days that I wear a mask. That's not happening. I also just really like the way just concealer looks. It's super lightweight, it's airy, it's cute, it's effortless, but on the days that I am wearing foundation, I picked two. The first is the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Tinted Moisturizer. I've loved this for about half a year now. It's super nice. I think I even talked about this in my springtime favorites. It's just so lightweight. It does just enough to kind of even you out. I feel very hydrated when I wear this as well. It's a very solid tinted moisturizer. I quite enjoy it. And this one's actually a recent discovery. I've only worn it I think 3 or 4 times now at this point, but it's the new Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Hydrating Foundation. This has more of a light to medium coverage depending on how much you apply. I really like it. I'm wearing it right now. It doesn't feel very heavy. It feels very lightweight, and I like the coverage it gives because there will be days that I am not having the best skin and I don't necessarily want to just skip it and only wear concealer on the days that I'm filming. So this has been really handy. I like the way it feels. I'm liking the way it wears as well. So I have a feeling on days that I want just a little more coverage, this is the one I'm going to be reaching for this season because I like how lightweight it feels. Some of my other higher coverage foundations feel just heavier. And again, I wouldn't call this a high coverage foundation. It's definitely more of like that light to medium zone, but that is higher for me. I typically go with light to sheer. That's my preference, but this is still working really nicely. I'm enjoying it so far. Nothing special for concealer, and I'm not even going to talk about a cream bronzer because I frankly haven't been wearing it. I kind of got bored with that step, so I've been skipping it for the time being. We are going to talk about a few cream blushes. I actually have a video up from maybe a month or two ago where I swatched and just like talked about all of my cream and liquid blushes, so if you want to see my entire collection, you can check that out. But I did try to narrow it down. I narrowed it down to 3 of my 3 favorites that I've been using and I will continue to use for this season. I felt like I've stayed really repetitive with my cream blush, and I think that's fine. These are 3 that I've really been enjoying reaching for, and they look good with the powder blushes that I picked as well. First is the one I'm wearing. It's the Colourpop Blush Stick in Splash. I really like this one. Sticks are really convenient. I just apply a little bit to my beauty sponge and pat it on. It's super quick and effortless. I love the color. It's very just cute, warm, pink, summery. Feeling like a watermelon with this. I'm feeling like a watermelon with my eye makeup. But this is a really good blush stick. I quite enjoy it. It's really pretty. I guess I could swatch it for you since this is actually a color, but it's really pretty. And it's very creamy. I like it. Next is from Glossier. It is the Cloud Paint in Dawn. I got this as a gift from a subscriber actually a couple months ago, and I'm so grateful. It's this really cute corally orange. Orange isn't necessarily like my most favorite color to play with and wear, but I do enjoy it on the cheeks. I think it's a really cute color. It also plays really nicely if I pack a like pink blush on top of it. I feel like it allows that orange to kind of just turn a little more into a coral. This is just really pretty. I love the cloud paints. I've loved them for like over a year now. I think they're a fantastic formula, and this color in particular screams summer to me. The final cream blush I have is the Milani Cheek Kiss Liquid Blush in Nude Flush. I've been liking this on days that I don't necessarily want like a very bright blush, but I still want like pigment there. This is a really pretty, just like nude toned blush. It goes with literally whatever I put on top of it as far as powders go. It looks good by itself. I really like this blush. Again, it's super easy to blend out. It's really effortless. I'm really liking these Milani blushes. I'm a fan, and these are my 3 picks for summer. Obviously, I could have picked so many more. I have a lot of bright blushes, but I really tried to curate it and narrow it down to very specific favorites as best as I could. There are so many things I could have put in this video though, but this video would have been a million years long. Moving on to cream highlight, I have 2 to talk about. The first one is Earth Light Stick from Colourpop. I like all of my light sticks, and I pretty much use this year round as well, but this one in particular is the one I like to reach for when I'm playing with like these warm summer colors. It's just a really pretty warmer champagne-y pink, very loud motorcycle. I'm not wearing it today, but I do wear this most days. It blends out really nicely. You can't get this one on Colourpop's website anymore, unfortunately, but it is for sale on Ulta's. I love these light sticks. I want more of them, but I have all the ones that suit my skin tone, so that's where we're at. I think it's really pretty, easy to wear, looks good with whatever highlight I put on top of it, looks good if I don't put a powder on top of it. I like it. It's pretty easy to use. The next one is a cream, like type product. It's not a powder. I don't use this as a cream highlight in the sense that I put it on and then put powders on top. This is the last step in my makeup routine. It's actually what I'm wearing right now to give me that very wet look along my cheekbone and temple zone. But this is the Tower 28 Super Dew Highlight Balm. I love this. I got a gift card for Sephora from a subscriber for my birthday, and I spent it on some Tower 28 stuff, and I love it. It's very similar to like Vaseline. You could probably get a really similar vibe with it, but it's really cool. I do not recommend putting powders on top of it. It doesn't work. I did that my first time and it was a big mess. It's not good. I just take my finger and just very lightly press it over top. If I want like a colorful highlight on, I'll do like a colorful highlight first and then put this on top. This is literally the last step in my makeup routine if I use this. Because if I'm going in with eyeshadow and it touches it, it just creates a mess. This is best used like very last. But it's really pretty. I like the glow it gives. It makes me look wet and juicy. This will never dry down. It does stay kind of sticky throughout the day. Like even now, like there's definitely like a texture to it. So don't expect it to not move around. Like don't be touching your face while wearing this. It will slide. But if you're like me and you want just something very glowy on the face, you'll really like this. I also really like this on no makeup days. Like pairing these 2 together and just like going into the world, it's nice because then you just look glowy and amazing and it's beautiful. I don't have any particular setting powders to talk about. I'm using my same setting powders that I always do. I am using one particular bronzer. I'm hesitant to talk about it because this one doesn't exist anymore, but this is like a shop my stash-ish type video, so maybe this will inspire you to revisit old bronzers, but this is a really old one from Colourpop. It's in the shade In It to Win It. Oops, it looks like that. I'm wearing it on my cheeks today. It's just such a really pretty bronzer. This one has a really nice sheen to it. It has warmth to it without it being too dark and too orange for me. I feel like it still suits my pale skin really nicely. I really like it. It's been doing me good. I've been wearing it pretty much nonstop for the last month, and I don't see myself putting it down, especially because I am getting some significant pan in there. kind of just want to see where I can get it to go. So I'm going to use this until I'm bored of it. Powder blush. This is another one. I could have like pulled out literally all of my blushes because I do interchange my blushes a lot, but I did try to narrow it down to the specific ones that I felt like I was using the most. The first one being the Kaleidos Lo-Fi. I always want to say Lo-Fi, am I the only one? Lo-Fi Duo Blusher in the shade Lo-Fi Peach. I love this so much. The matte peach is so beautiful. It blends so nicely on the skin. I love a peach blush. It's like my favorite thing ever. This is a really pretty, like, if I combine the two, it's a really pretty glowy, duochromy kind of blush situation. It's very unique. This would be a beautiful highlight on deeper skin tones. Can't really use it as a highlight on myself unless I'm cool with just like bright pink on my cheeks, which sometimes I am, but usually I do like a little translucency to it. But regardless, I like even just the matte one by itself. It's beautiful. I've been using this one a lot and I just really like these. I want more of these to come out. There's 2 so far. I'd love to see more from them. Next from Oden's Eye, this is probably not a surprise at all. This is the Fruit Blusher in Apricot Girl. I interchange that word a lot. Like, I never know how I really truly pronounce it, but it's just a really pretty, warm, peachy, apricot-y kind of color. It's super cute. I wear this one so much. I couldn't even tell you the amount of times I've worn this so far. You guys are probably so sick of me using it because I use it so much. It's super cute. It goes with everything. It goes with literally everything. I adore it. I love all of my Oden's Eye blushes though, but this is the one I've been reaching for the most. You can use code BEAUTBEAN in all caps to save money on Oden's Eye's site. That is an affiliate code, just so you know, but I love it so much. It's such a good blush, guys. And this last one's a recent discovery, but I guarantee you I'm gonna be wearing it all summer long. This was a subscriber gift and I'm so excited about it. Thank you so much, guys. Do not feel pressured to buy me gifts. I do not need presents, but I'm so grateful if I ever do receive them. This is the Natasha Denona Bloom Highlighting Blush. I love this. It's what I'm wearing on my cheeks today. It's so glowy and warm and summery, and it's just like almost juicy. Even though it's a powder blush, it's so beautiful and I just love it. It's so pretty. I'm gonna be like using this nonstop. I can't get enough of it. It's to die for. All right, powder highlight. This is another one where I could have pulled out a lot, but then I tried to really step back and think, what have you been using? What have you been reaching for? What have you been enjoying? And I think I narrowed it down to 2 highlights and a palette. The 2 highlights are part of the new Kaleidos collection. We have Diamond Dasher and Mars Melter. Diamond Dasher is what I'm wearing on my cheekbones underneath that Tower 28 Balm today. Looks like this. It's just like a really soft, shimmery pink. It's really pretty. It's not like too pink, but it's still pink enough. I think it's really nice. It goes with pretty much everything I do, and I really like this one. I haven't been swatching anything. I'm such a bad YouTuber. Let's backtrack. Kaleidos Lo-Fi Blush. Let's swatch these really quick. We have the matte and the shimmer. Let's see, matte right there, shimmer right there. I'm not the best swatcher. That's why I forget to swatch things. The Oden's Eye Alba Blush. Oh, I just love it. It's so soft to the touch. It's so pretty. There's the Alba blush right there for you in the center. Super cute. And the Natasha Denona one, even though I am wearing it on my cheeks, I'll still swatch it out for you just so you can see. Very pink, very shimmery. It's so cute. I love it. Okay, let's swatch these 2 highlights from Kaleidos. Here's Diamond Dasher. Again, this is the one I'm wearing on my face, but I want you to be able to really see that. Look how shiny that is. It's just so pretty. I love that baby pink shift going through it. And the next one's Mars Melter. I've been wearing this a lot when I wear like really hot pink looks, or, which I could have worn it today and it would have looked really cute, or just like really red looks. It's so cool. It's like pretty translucent, but it has that really strong like pinky red shift through it. I love it. It blew me away when I got it in the mail. It's so, so pretty. I can't stop using those. But even more so, which is not going to be a surprise to most of you, is my Solmon highlight palette from Oden's Eye. I literally can't stop using this. I have to force myself to use other things because I'm so in love with this. I use every single shade. I use it constantly. I think it's such a fantastic highlight palette. Let's see, let's do the gold and the pink to start. I almost wore this today, but I talked myself out of it. Here's that gold one and that pink one. They're so shiny and pretty and they melt into my skin so nicely. This one's like a duochrome with like a very cool toned bluey lavender shift, and then this one down here is like a really pretty gold, but like a different kind of gold than the first one we did. Just look at those. They're so, so pretty. If you want super in-depth close-up swatches, check out my PR roundup review from earlier this month, because the things that I received in PR, I did like really close-up, like in-depth review style shots for you. No special setting sprays, I'm still just using my Colourpop Pretty Fresh, so let's just move on to the eyes. Again, I was pulling out so many eyeshadow palettes, and then I told myself, like, Betty Jean, you gotta stop. Pick specific ones and chat about those, or else it was gonna turn into an eyeshadow palette collection, and I just did one of those a couple months ago. First off is the Kaleidos VR Neon. I'm super sad because this is no longer available. I went to link it when I used it in a video the other day, and it's not even on the site anymore. I'm super sad. I didn't realize it was already gone, but it's this really pretty array of just beautiful neons. It's so cute. I love the way they work. This shimmer pink right here is so pretty. I'm really sad that this one's discontinued now. Kaleidos, what were you thinking? Everyone wants this palette. That's not true, but a lot of people want this palette, and you guys are sad that you couldn't get it, and they need to bring it back. Next is my Sugar Pill Fun Size palette. The trend you're gonna see with these eyeshadow palettes is I'm really into neons and bright colors right now, but also a couple soft things, and we'll get to that in a second, but mostly brights and neons, hence this. I'm really into like reds and pinks right now as well, hence what's going on my eyes, but this is just a foolproof matte 9-pan bright colors. They can be pastel, they can be built up to neon. I love this little guy. I think it's fantastic and great summer pick. I think I might have included that in my spring as well, because it can be super pastel if you want it to be that way. This is the Neon palette from Dido Cosmetics. I'm actually wearing that on my eyes today. I am really enjoying this so far. I haven't used every single shade on my eyes just yet, but I'm gonna feel very compelled to use it all summer. It's super cute. I love how bright they are, and everything I've used so far has been really fantastic to work with. It's all blending really nice. The pigment is beautiful. I love the color choices in here, because while they are like, it's advertised as a neon palette, for me it's a bright rainbow palette. It's not quite neon, but they can be pretty bright. Like, my eyes are insanely bright right now. I don't know what I'm going off about, but I really like this palette and I'm gonna keep using it. Next up is my Mousse Beauty Impressionism palette. I'm really enjoying this. There'll actually be an IGTV video with this very soon, so stay tuned for that. But I just love these tones. I'm speechless. I love the colors they picked. They actually designed this in such a way that if you want just really quick looks, you can look at it as quads, and it makes it really simple to create really easy looks. I'm really liking using this. I did do a video with it already. Again, I'll have an IGTV video with it soon. I played with this a couple times on my off time before work. It's just really pretty. The shimmers are very wet looking. The mattes are super blendable, and I don't know, I like these colorful looks that I get out of it without them being like neon colorful looks. It's a different kind of colorful, and I'm really enjoying it. I do have a code with them as well. It's ButeBean in all caps. It is a commission code as well, so keep that in mind, but I'll be appreciative if you use it, but don't feel pressured. But yeah, Impressionism palette, I'm really liking that. 2 from Ace Beauté, because I couldn't narrow it down, but first had to be my Slice of Paradise. This is literally my favorite rainbow palette ever. I think it's fantastic. The mattes never do me wrong. The shimmers are really cute. I like the choices of rainbow colors in here, and it's just a really fun one to play with. I might do a get ready with me with this one soon. We shall see. And next is my Ace Beauté Oceanic palette. I actually wanted to include all 3 of my green-blue palettes, but this is the one I feel like I'd reach for the most this time of year, because there are really like bright colors in here, like this bright neon, these really bright turquoisey type tones. I don't know. Something about this one feels more summery to me, and I love it. I did do a 2 more looks video with this a couple months ago, as well as like I have a first impressions, 3 looks, 1 palette, all that good stuff. I love this palette. The shimmers are so pretty. It's a really good palette. It's really nice. If you're curious what my favorite blue-green palette is, I don't have a favorite. It's hard for me to pick a number 1, but I do have a battle of the blue-green palettes from like a year ago if you want to check that video out. Sticking with some brights, the Give Me Glow Summer Vibes palette just had to be included in here. I love these like bright turquoises. The shimmer in here is so pretty. This makes a beautiful blush as well. Again, I love my peachy blushes. I love this shimmer. I really like these bright pops here. I wish there weren't so many browns, but at the same time, the browns that are in here are really pretty. And sometimes I do feel that bronzy vibe in the summer, not often, but once in a while. And the days that I do, this will fulfill that for me. But this is a fantastic palette. I love how bright they are. Give Me Glow's shadow formula is unbelievable. I just love it. So this one had to be included in it. It's literally the Summer Vibes palette. And finally, last eyeshadow palette is the Oliva from Odin's Eye. I could have easily included all 3 of my Odin's Eye palettes because I've been reaching for them a lot. But this one in particular gives me just like soft, romantic spring summer vibes. I just did a 3 Looks 1 palette with this recently, and I had a really good time with it. The shimmers are really pretty. I like the yellows in here. I really like this sunflower yellow shade that's a shimmer. I really like it. I feel very ethereal and fairy-like, but very springy, summery. I don't know. Can't really say much more than that. I feel like that says it all. I'm really enjoying this palette. Moving on to like eyeliner, I don't really have specific pencils I want to talk about. I know I shared some pastel pencils in my spring one, and I could share like neon pencils, but I don't feel like I'm necessarily reaching for neon pencils. I'm just interchanging all of my eye pencils. So there aren't really specific ones I'm reaching for this time of year. I do have an eye pencil collection video from like 2 months ago if you want to check that out and see like everything that I have, but I don't really have specifics for summer because I use everything. I do have some liquid liners to share with you, or in this case these are water activated liners, but they turn into a liquid liner essentially. These are all from Glam. These are the retro liners. I bought the pastel ones months ago and I fell in love with them, so I decided I wanted to, maybe 2 months ago, buy the regular neon liners, and I'm really liking them. I picked my 5 favorites. I think there's 6 or 7 in this bundle, but I picked my 5 favorites. The one I'm wearing right now is called Spandex. It's such a cute green. I love it. And it looks so good with these colors on my eyes. I think it's so cool. Tie-dye and mood ring I've actually reached for a lot before I go to work. Sometimes I don't want to do like any makeup at all, but I still want to look a little like cool. So I just throw on a wing with one of these like purple or blue and my lashes, and I feel very cool and fierce and like I tried, even though I didn't at all, and these are really fun for that. I wore this one recently. This is Hot Pants. I wore this in a Get Ready With Me. You guys loved the way this looked. It's such a cool neon orange, and again, I'm not a huge orange person, but this made a statement. This was very fun. I really liked the contrast of this. Just in general, this is going to contrast anything. It's super fun. And finally, this bright pink one called Roller Skates. Very cute, literally so neon pink. These are so fun. I'm really liking these. Of course, I'll still reach for the pastel ones as well, and I don't reach for these every day, but I have found myself reaching for these more often now that it's summertime than I was before. I don't know what that is, but I'm having fun with them. This was actually my first time ever doing a graphic liner like this, and I actually don't think it turned out too bad, so I might do this kind of style more often because I surprised myself at how not horribly hard that was. And finally, lip products. I actually don't have a lot to share with you because I've been wearing the same things lately, and these are the 3 favorites that I have that I want to share with you. Let's first talk about the one that I'm already wearing. This is the other Tower 28 product I bought for my birthday. This is the Shine On Lip Jelly in Magic. It's essentially clear with some shimmer in it. It feels so smooth. It almost feels like a lip oil, but a little thicker and more glossy than a lip oil, but not as thick as a traditional gloss either. It's such a unique formula. This might potentially be my favorite gloss formula I've ever used. I really, really like this. I would swatch it, but it will literally look clear, so just check out my lips. The next one is this Ulta Beauty brand Plumped Up Pout Lip Gloss. This one is in the shade Candy Stick. I want more of these so bad. These tingle a lot, like they hurt. They are very plumping. Let's just put this here. This one's a really cute sheer peach with some sparkle in it. It's really nice. It makes your lips feel so tingly and plump. I adore it a lot. And I want more of these because I like that shine. Like, look how shiny that is. It's crazy. So pretty. I can't stop wearing this one either, especially when I wear peachy toned looks. And finally, this will also not be a surprise, but from Oden's Eye, the Cream Lip Stain in Little Jasmine. I've worn this so much over the last like month and a half. I think it's so pretty. It's such a good nude color. The cream lip stains are like very glossy, but they're not a gloss. They're a cream lip stain. Like, they have more opacity than a traditional gloss. They have a little more thickness to them, but they're not goopy and they're not sticky. It's a very interesting formula. I can't compare it to anything else because I don't have anything similar to this, but it's super comfortable. I love the way this color looks on my mouth. It goes with everything that I wear. I've been interchanging between these 3 lip products so often, and I can't be stopped. They're so beautiful. Anyways, guys, that's it. That wraps it up for my picks for summer favorites. I would love to know what you think of these products. Have you tried any of these? Are you curious about any of these? I would love to know what your picks are as well. What do you feel like you're going to be reaching for a lot the rest of this summer? I enjoy doing these videos. I'm excited for fall to come around so I can give you my fall makeup picks. And yeah, let's just end this video, shall we? If you made it to the end, I want you to leave me an emoji relating to summer, whatever that means to you. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you're not already, please hop over to my Instagram. It's BeautBean. Follow me there. I post every single day. And don't forget to subscribe. I'm posting most days here as well. Black Lives Matter. It's still very important. It's always going to be important. Please check the link in my bio for resources on how you can help right now. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Okay, bye.